Today we will talk on construction cost index of the building. I am KM Sony, former ADG CBOD New Delhi. If we define cost index, then it can be defined as the weighted average cost of construction at a particular place or site with respect to base cost of construction of a particular year or particular month. It means suppose a cost index is to be found out, and it will be for a particular place or particular site, and also with respect to a base year oblique month of year. Normally, base year of construction is considered as the year of plinth area rates uh, of the buildings. Uh, Suppose plinth area rates are of the year 2020, then the estimated cost of any structure or the building will be worked out based on plinth area rates of 2020. If suppose they are of April 2020, then the rates will be of 2020. It means month is also mentioned in plinth area rates, for which rates are worked out and taken or considered in plinth area rates. Suppose estimated cost of a building is to be worked out in May 2022, and we have plinth area rates of 2020. Then first we will find out the estimated cost of that particular building as in plinth area from the plinth area rates of 2020. It means the estimated cost of that building will be uh, or the estimated cost in April 2020 and of Delhi. Suppose the cost has been worked out as 112 crore or 112 crores based on plinth area rates of 2020 of Delhi, and suppose we want to find out the estimated cost in June 2022, and the cost index is 110 with respect or with the base to plinth area rates of 2020, then the present estimated cost of construction would be just you uh, multiply the cost with the cost index and divide by 100, that is 110 multiplied by 112 divided by hundreds, that is 123.20 crores. Suppose estimated cost of a building based on plinth area rates is 500 crores, then present estimated cost of construction would be approximately, you again multiply cost index with the cost which you have worked out based on plinth area rates, divide by 100, that is 550 crores. Suppose we want to find out the cost of a building in Amritsar, and cost index of Amritsar is 92 in June 2020, 94 suppose it is 21, and 98 in June 2022 based on plinth area rates of 2020 of Delhi. So what we will do is we will first work out the estimated cost of the building from plinth area rates of 2020 of Delhi. Suppose this works out to be 74 crore, then this is the estimated cost of that particular building if it was located in Delhi in April 2020. And since the building is in Amritsar and the cost index of Amritsar is 92 in June 2020, so the estimated cost of the building in Amritsar in June 2020 would be you multiply the cost index with the with the estimated cost of the building and divide by 100, because 100 is the base year cost index base of the base year of Delhi. So it will be 68.08 crores. Suppose you want to find out the cost in June 21, then multiply it by the cost index of June 21 in place of June 20. So it will be 69.56 crores. Similarly, in June 2022, if cost index is 98, then it will be 72.52 crores in June 22. Suppose we want to know the estimated cost of a building in Agartala, where the cost index of Agartala is more than of Delhi. Suppose it is 132 in June 2020 and 142 in June 2021 and 153 in June 2022. Based on plinth area rates of 2020 of Delhi, then we'll first work out the estimated cost of building as in Delhi from plinth area rates of 2020. Suppose it is 40 crores, then this is the estimated cost of building of Delhi as in April 2020. Since the cost index of Agartala is 132 in June 2020, so estimated cost of building in Agartala will be 132 multiplied by cost of the building in Delhi divided by 100, that is 52.80 crores. Similarly, in 21, 142 multiplied by 42 divided by 100, 56.80 crores. And in June 22, it will be 61.20 crore. With this analogy, we have seen that preliminary cost or preliminary estimate cost is based on plinth area rates. Then what we need is plinth area rates of Delhi and cost index of that particular place of that particular year in which the plinth area rates were prepared, and also we need the cost index of the particular year or particular month during which we have to find out the cost of the building. And in general, this cost index is approved two times in a particular year, until unless there is a sharp increase or decrease in the prices. Otherwise, two times in a year is sufficient. Particularly, it is considered in January and July or whatever other month is adopted by the department. Suppose the preliminary estimate cost has been worked out based on schedule of rates, and we know that the schedule of rate is prepared in India in CPWD, which is applicable all over the country. So suppose the estimated cost of a building is 245 crore based on Delhi schedule of rate or DSR 2021, and we want to estimate the cost in Bangalore in June 2022 based on DSR 2021 items and rates. Suppose DSR 2021 was prepared from the rates of April 2021 of Delhi, which is written in the DSR itself. Then the cost and the cost indices of Delhi are 105 in April 2021 and 111 in April or June 2022 based on plinth area rates of 2020. Then estimated cost of the building in Delhi would be 245 and whatever percentage increase is there from 2021 to 22. So suppose the plinth cost index was 105 in 2021 and it is 111 in 2022, then whatever difference is there and you divide with the base year, that is 105 cost index, that percentage the increase in the rates of DSR in June or April 2022, so that you are to add it, and that's why 1 plus something, 1 plus this percentage and multiply by the cost worked out during from the DSR 2021. So 259 crore would be the cost in June 2022. But this cost is in Delhi. Suppose the cost indices of Bangalore are 110 in April 2021 and 114 in April or June 2022 on plinth area rates 2020, then the estimated cost in Bangalore would be 245 multiplied by 114 divided by 1105, 266 crore, and it can also be worked out as estimated cost in April 2021 as 245 multiplied by 110 divided by 105, that is 256.67 crore, and in April or June will be 256.67 into 114 divided by the 110266 crore. So either you worked out directly with 245 multiplied by 114 divided by the cost index of that particular year of DSR, uh, 105, so that is 266 crore, or you find out the cost of Bangalore in 2020 and 2022. Let us see how the cost index is calculated. Basically, we know that the cost of the building is based on the number of items in a building. There are thousands of items, but we don't consider all the items. We consider only major items, and then weightage is considered for the major item. It does not mean that the cost inflation of other items is not included in cost index, because the sum of all weightage is 100. It means those minor items, they are considered indirectly in major items. So normally major items may be bricks, cement, sand, aggregate, reinforcing steel, timber, or items used in doors and windows, electrical items, water supply items, major items, and labor, and then weightage is to be generalized. So that is the way we in this cost index is to be worked out. Let us see, as we have already discussed, that weightages are taken for major items or major components of the materials and labor. Normally, weightages of materials varies in a building between 75 to 85%. This we are talking for a new building, complete building, not for the maintenance. Then weightages of labor varies between 15 to 20% in general. In case more mechanization is used in the building, labor component is lower side, while for labor incentive buildings, this may be more towards 20-25%. Then in general, and traditionally it was considered that 75% weightage was given for materials, 25% was given for labor, but nowadays 80% weightage is given for materials and 20% is given for the labor in CPWD cost index analysis also, but it may vary from work to work and place to place, where whether mechanization is being used or not being used. But in general, this varies as we have discussed. Then if we see the labor, then labor may be skilled labor, unskilled labor, or semi-skilled labor. But in general, the increase in the wages of labor is proportionate for skilled, unskilled, or semi-skilled workers. So that's why even if we consider the weightage only for unskilled labor, that also worked out same, or we consider skilled separately, unskilled separately, and suppose we have different weightages and different labor increase, that can also be accounted for. Let us see this pro forma for calculation of building cost index, which is taken from CPWD analysis of cost index from plinth area rates. It has been given in plinth area rates BWPAR 2021. You will see they have considered as many as 13 items, uh, that is bricks, cement, steel, then aggregates, sand, and then items which are used for doors, windows, and then pipes, uh, factory made shutters, then electrical items like lamps, fans, electrical machinery, motors, etc., wires, cables, and ultimately labor as skilled and unskilled. Weightages they have considered, suppose bricks are there, then 8 weightages, cement as 14.5, steel as 19.5, aggregate as 6.5, sand as 3, and so on. It means a building, if you analyze cost of the building and then if you analyze the cost of bricks, then it is approximately 8%, so it is considered like that. It may vary from 8 to some other percentage, but then you have to consider some uh, weightage, as all the items cannot be considered in the analysis. That's why this is considered like this only. Then based on base year, suppose that is these items are considered and rates are considered, and then you will see that total weightage is 100%. So once you put up all those values, then you will get the cost index, revised cost index, and this cost index is based on plinth area rates, and you see the rates are considered as of 1/4/2021. So suppose in June 22 somebody wants to know the cost index, then rates of June 22 will be placed and multiplied by weightages and find out the cost and add them, and then you will get the cost index. That is simple calculation once it is there, so that's why it is done like this, and we find out the cost index and use it in finding out the preliminary cost of the buildings, which is simple. Otherwise, taking all the items and all the materials and labor, it becomes complicated job and quite cumbersome. So this is the way how cost index is worked out. Well, thank you very much. I'm Dr. K.M. Soni, former ADGC Code in Delhi. Thanks for listening.